Hello, my name is Lisa Shea, and this is the first day of my travelogue of a trip to Greece and Turkey on the Regent Seven Seas Explorer cruise ship. I departed for it on Friday, August 19th, 2022. And I have all of these travelogues day by day on my lisashea.com website, but I wanted, at least for the first day, to put this online in verbal form too, so that people who have trouble reading it can listen to this one. And for the rest of them, I think I may just do the slideshows of pictures, because the pictures for the other days are far more interesting than the pictures of this first day of travel, but the information about the travel is probably much more informative for people who are planning on doing any sort of air travel to the Greece area from the US. So I was very, very light on my packing list because people were losing luggage left and right while I was doing this travel, and I definitely didn't want to arrive with no clothes, or if I lost some clothes, I wanted to make sure I lost as few as possible and could just buy a couple more items over there. So I only packed 4 days worth of clothes, which meant 4 days worth of daytime clothes because it's very hot there, and I ended up getting drenched in sweat after each day of walking around, and then 4 days of evening clothes for the actual more formal dinners. And then they have laundry on the ship, so I could just run laundry when I needed to get them clean again, and that worked very well. My main suitcase was only 35 pounds. I had a small carry-on for my laptop and headphones. I did not bring any actual cameras with me at all. Normally I bring bunches of cameras, but again, with luggage being lost, I wasn't willing to risk it, and I didn't want to lug them in my carry-on. So everything here is just taken with my Samsung S21 Ultra cell phone. So I went out of Logan because I'm in the Boston area, went on Iberian. I checked in very easily, and I had access to the business lounge. Now, the business lounge in Logan is far worse than any of the other business lounges that I experienced on this trip. It was super crowded. There were extra people trying to get in the business lounge that kept being turned away. There was pretty much no free seats. Well, I found a free seat, but there weren't like lots of free seats. But there was free food and a little buffet area with sandwiches and a couple of binned types of food and free drink. And I have a feeling that a lot of people who were trying to get in here were mostly after the free drinks, considering how I saw people trafficking the area. It is fairly far away from the actual gate area, which concerns me. It's on a different floor, at least for the Iberian that I was on, and it's down a little alley, and there weren't nice big departure signs up telling you when the flights were going. So in general, compared with other lounges that I've been in, this was not one of my favorite. But it had food, it had drink, and it had lots of crowded people, so I only stayed in there a short period of time. I have a note that there was a screaming baby. So I had some food, I had a drink, and then I headed back to the gate where I could keep an eye on things. The gate area was also very full. They do have lots of chargers there, so I charged up my phone, and then reasonably quickly we started loading for the flight. My mom was very kind and sent us business class, so that was lovely. Some of the pictures in here show the pod. Each person gets a pod that has um, a place that you could put your feet up, the seat fully reclined so that it connects with the foot place so that you could be laying flat. They give you a blankie. There's, of course, your own TV, which lots of seats have nowadays, and dividing wall so that the person that you're next to, if you're in a middle aisle seat, you can block the space so that you are not seeing each other. If you're riding with a person, then you can leave it open so that you guys can talk to each other and so on. I made a mistake with my YouTube. I tried to set it up so that I could listen to my YouTube music on the plane, but I chose the wrong option and I got the version that didn't get played through airplane mode. So make sure you test all that kind of stuff out beforehand, before you fly, to make sure that you get the music that you want or whatever. Strangely, and this didn't happen on the way back, but by the time they got to me for dinner, they were all out of the salmon dish and the chicken dish, so the only option was cabbage, which is a pretty strange option to have on a plane since cabbage can also cause people to have flatulence issues. But I happen to love cabbage, and if that's what they had, that's fine. But if you care about food, even if it's business class, I would make sure that you check in beforehand and make sure that you get the dish that you want so that you don't end up being really hungry when you're on there. So the food was good. And then they turned out the lights, and I should have slept, but I didn't end up sleeping at all. And then we got to Madrid, which I'm starting as the second day in this travelogue because the sun was coming up when we were landing in Madrid. So the end of the first day was with us getting to Madrid and landing. So let me know if you have any questions about this. Again, the day by days are also on the Lisa Shea blog, but the Lisa Shea blog doesn't have all the photos and it doesn't have the videos that I took. So part of why I'm doing this on YouTube is to get the videos up so that people can finally see the videos of the trip. I will look forward to hearing your questions, and I'm happy to answer anything.